It's all the questions with Tracy Palmero at RE/MAX Best Choice, the Palmero Home Team. Today we are talking about closing. Yes, closing, that magical day when you go, yes, I own a house. Here's the thing, there's a lot of steps that come before closing, steps that you need to do to prepare for a successful closing day. So number one, when we write the contract and we get the accepted contract, there's a closing date on that contract. So you know far in advance, like a whole month in advance usually, that you've got closing day on such and such a date. My first tip for you is schedule early with your employer to be off on that day. We want to close early in the morning so that the entire transaction funds to the seller and you get to actually move into your house that day. Second tip is prepare all your utilities in advance. I recommend once we've got loan commitments, start calling those utility companies, start calling, putting in your postage forwarding from where you're living now to your new house about a week in advance. That way it seamlessly moves into your new place, okay? Other tips for closing is have somebody like take care of the kids and dogs and stuff, you know, so you can have a relaxing experience at the title company. We've had a lot of kids that have been amazing at closing, but sometimes they can be really distracting. So if there's a way to have the kids taken care of, maybe mom and dad or your next door neighbor or somebody, a best friend can come over and keep them for about an hour. That's how long closing takes, about an hour. And then you can be super excited putting those last few things into the moving truck and waiting for me to call and say, it's funded, you own a house. That's preparing for closing, okay? So you want to make sure that you schedule time off with your employer. You want to make sure that obviously you pack up all your stuff because it would be horrible if the movers showed up and you weren't ready. And you know, it helps to have the pets and the kids occupied during that time that you are at the title company. It makes things go a lot smoother, a lot faster, and you can ask questions. Then finally, just waiting for everybody to do their checks and balances and make sure that everything's signed correctly, then you will get the keys to your house. Those are tips for a successful closing day. And if you have any questions at all for me about the process of buying or selling a house, you can call me at 314-803-6245. I'm Tracy Palmero with the Palmero Home Team at RE/MAX Best Choice, answering all of your questions.